I actually feel like I was using maybe addiction a little lightly, and maybe I will say now that I had an unhealthy relationship to porn at one point in my life where I was trying to practice abstinence. It was actually like feeling like an emptiness. At least you think it is.
Exactly.
But it's actually not.
The women also discussed the stigma around porn and how it can affect a person's life.
Actually reading like some of the effects of pornography, like the idea that it really gives you false expectations as far as sexual interaction.
Yeah.
I can definitely see with
I can
men,
see that.
Oh, yeah.
you know, how a woman should always be willing and ready. There's never a no, you know, so I can definitely see how that could create a unrealistic expectation.
Don't act like you don't want to hear what I got to say. I digress.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to Reviews with Whitney D. I'm Whitney D. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so Monday, Red Table Talk came on, and it was a wonderful episode. Pornography and the effects it has on a relationship is really personal to myself. The last I myself experienced this addiction to pornography before I was married. Being young, I got exposed to it very young, and so I daily look to quench this thirst of porn. And it wasn't a thing of like, ooh, like you hear a lot of people say, well, you know, I learned so much or whatever. No, for me, it was just kind of like interesting. So much stuff that we can do with our body, you know, and just different realities of it all, interracial, just the curiosity, if you will, of it all, of like, how do they have sex? Kind of like that fly on the wall feel. So I was kind of like, if I review this, I will have to reveal this. It's because it's such a taboo topic. Being a woman of God, in which I portray myself to be, which I am, which I hold myself to be. I actually did a video in regards to this on my Facebook, probably like some months back or even last year. So they had a couple who's actually fighting against the addiction of pornography in relationships and marriages, basically. And they discussed, well, you know, they discussed together how the husband had this addiction. And even Jada stated that she had an addiction early on, and so that's the thing. And not to bounce around, but the husband was stating that he got exposed, I think he was like 10 or 11, with his friends, and it just changed his life after that. And he was embarking on being during their 30 and still was dealing with this addiction. And the thing is that people say, well, you know, is nothing wrong with porn. It comes a point of time to where you feel like, and this was something that I went through actually with my husband, long for the physicalness of my husband because I was getting fulfilled through the pornography. Any addiction that you have, the addiction comes in when it becomes like a substitute for something, if you will. Like alcohol, you drink so much of it to cope with something. It's kind of filling a void or taking a position in something, if you will. My pornography addiction or my relationship with pornography, it being negative, was not that, ooh, I'm not doing it with my husband, because people say, well, you know, it's okay if you invite. No, first and foremost, anything that is an addiction is a sin. Sorry, period. You know, that's not something that you should, you know, indulge in so often, you know. For me, it's that I didn't long for that physical with my husband. I'm attracted to my husband. I love him. He's fine. We never had a problem in the department. That's the question, you know, when you're indulging into pornography so often, you know, so much so that you get a disconnect with your partner. That's an issue, because those things you're supposed to get from your partner, especially if you're married, you know. And so the thing is that was my issue, you know, and that's when you have the dialect and the conversation, if you will, with your significant other to see what is going on, what's the issue. And so this was a great Red Table Talk. And to be honest with you, I love Red Table Talk. It's some issues that they discuss and I don't agree with, but I still love it, you know, and I love it because it gives me opportunity to give my opinion about things. But in regards to pornography, I feel that, and just to answer the question, people are probably like, you didn't really say if it was right. Well, I feel like it's wrong, period. A couple of reasons. First and foremost, it's not realistic. I mean, for some people, you may be energized by money, but it gives a very unrealistic approach to sex and the connection and relationship, if you will, to it. And it gives an unrealistic approach to sex, sometimes in regards to the positioning and things like that, you know. In comparison to another human being, you know, that's just like, to me, cheating to me, because you're mine, and you know, so a man thinketh, so shall he be. So if you're thinking of big booty Judy and you got this skinny, small frame wife of yours, you're not going to be satisfied with me. Think about it on that aspect as well. You begin to become disconnected with that individual because, like I said, I was quote unquote getting fulfilled through porn. So I was just like, well, I don't need you in that aspect, you know, which we do, especially being married. That's when you become one. You know, and to be honest with you, until you have sex when you become married and consummate your marriage, you're not really married. But that's another video. I digress. The Red Table Talk was awesome. It was phenomenal, and I just wanted to give my review on it and just to share my opinion in regards to pornography and the effects it has on a relationship. I feel that in regards to pornography, just because you watch it with your significant other, your partner, it doesn't make it any better. Just because you discuss it and talk about it doesn't make it any better. It does have an effect on a relationship, period. And it has an effect on you, the individual. If you don't believe me, try stopping. But this has been Reviews with Whitney D. I'm Whitney D, your host. Thank you for tuning in. While you're here, please take out the time to subscribe. If you are a subscriber, please take out the time to hit that notification bell and know when I know. And if you already did both of those things, give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. And if you don't, it's okay. Give me a thumbs down. I'll take that too. I just want to know that you were here. And I thank you guys so very much for tuning in to Reviews with Whitney D. I'm Whitney D, and I'm signing off.
Well, don't act like you don't want to hear what I got to say. I digress.